5, 4. Peace. We are live, y'all. We
We
are
are
ready.
live.
We are live, ready, and ready to go.
Are you ready to go right now?
Yes, indeed. We are ready. Y'all got to know what to do. Be careful what you ask for. It's
Be
about to go down.
careful what you ask for.
I got the what's name.
Let me turn the
I
volume
got the
down here.
notice.
Please, please, please be careful what you ask for. And that covers so many different aspects. But more importantly, be careful what you're asking for in a relationship. That is the most important.
Yes,
Someone who
yes,
you're going to
yes.
spend some quality time with, who knows, maybe even the rest of your life with. Be careful what you
Be
ask for.
careful what you ask for. What you ask for can be some serious business.
Indeed.
So peace, peace. I'm Born Power Allah with the host of the evening. I'm the co-host. This is the host.
I am Tina, aka Queen Ice, or if you want to flip it and say I'm Queen Ice, aka Tina.
Queen, nothing less than a queen.
Yeah, no, it takes, some good quality upbringing and some self reflection in order to just identify yourself as a queen. And I do. I definitely do. I've put in the work. So I've earned that name and title very as a queen. And
Word.
my brother got to turn his volume down. But yeah, so I've
Yeah.
earned that. I put in the work. And now I am Queen Ice.
Yeah, it's Queen Ice in the building. Anybody in the building, say hi. Let us know you here.
Say hello,
And
hello,
then we can do what
hello.
we do. I'm about to post a link in the chat, in the comment section of the chat. And you can come on too. And we're gonna come on and we're
Yeah,
gonna get
who
down.
wants to join us today in talking about this topic?
Yes, jump on in. We're gonna do it right tonight.
Please, please, please. We have greater discussions when we have more participation from you guys.
Right. Oh, it's gonna be last week's discussion was good. Last week's discussion was definitely good. Um we are ready to do what we do. Danny Nicole is watching. She says, "Hey, I'm back. Hey,
Hey,
Miss Nicole."
thank you for
Danny
joining.
Nicole. Yes, thank you for joining. And if you want to join up, onto the video, come on down and do what you do. Big Mafia is in the building. He's in the building over
Big
here.
Mafi, hey, you made it, huh?
Big Mafia is in the building. Big Mafia, I know you got something to add on. I seen what people was doing. I didn't see
Mm-hmm.
it until today. I've been so busy and wrapped up, but I'm coming along, y'all. I'm coming along. I'm about to be here. I'm about to be back on Facebook in full effect in a few minutes, y'all. We're about to see what's going down. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So who's here? Big Mafia and Danny
Danny,
Nicole. That works for me. I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to go right now.
Mm-hmm. Spit them lyrics.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
don't know
really a
them
singer.
lyrics.
I did chorus from junior high all the way up to high school, and I must say my voice has gone through quite a bit of changes. I started off as a soprano. I feel like more of an alto right now, but who knows?
Really? You
Mhm.
getting it on? You know, it's funny that you said that because I was reading about Bobby DeBarge today. What made me
Bobby
read about him, I don't
DeBarge.
know, but I was reading about him. And I was just reading up on him and doing this different stuff and seeing all of the stuff that he did after
Hmm.
he or while he was with Switch. And I was tripping off of that. But it was a good look. It was good to see.
Well, the DeBarges are just a talented family. I mean,
Ooh, we aren't they?
for them to be a large family, and almost all of them were at some point in the entertainment industry,
Oh
I think
yeah.
that's pretty freaking amazing.
It is, isn't it?
Definitely is.
It is. It's definitely an amazing thing. Man, you can recruit me as an emergency barber. That'll work. That would
You gotta live in Wisconsin, Big
you know,
Mafia.
all you gotta do is ride through. Big Mafia on that truck, right?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, that truck come past here all the time.
No, I think he from what I last heard, I think he's only driving locally within his state, and he lives in Ohio.
We ain't got to hear about it. All we got to do is ask him. Big Mafia, where you at, man?
I think you in Ohio or somewhere.
Driving in Ohio, getting it in. Ohio is I like driving through Ohio. I don't like when it get down there by Youngstown. No, Youngstown.
I don't like it in the Dayton area.
Here
Indiana. Okay, gotcha.
Okay, and one of them have a baby by Janet Jackson. That they did. You're right. That was
really.
No, was that Chico or one of them, the younger
because
ones.
I mean, it's always been a rumor that Janet only has one kid.
But this was a kid that she had way back. That baby will be about our age.
Right. And she claims she does not have any other kids except for the one she recently had.
Nah, Janet, what, she about 54, 53?
Yeah, she about,
and the baby our age. That's cold.
Yeah.
That baby is literally probably about, got to be at least 35, 40.
Mm-hmm.
At least. And then the other one, Bobby was messing with Latoya.
Yeah.
He was dealing with Latoya. Sham Teach, you up in here? Come on over to the YouTube page. Get on up in here. Come on down. It's good to see you here. Teach, I got some questions for you too about your product line that you had going on. I really dig that. So you need to come on up in here and see what's going on. Yeah, she was in here. She didn't say hi, but she watching. Okay. That's peace. I like that she watching too. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
The link is involved, y'all. So anybody that's on here, she said, "What up? There it is." So you bring some entertainment to the group. You just don't know. So she's something else, boy. I'm telling you, see how you going. This is it right here. Yeah. Yep, you got to come on in here and see what's going on. We're about to take off on this topic. And we got Tina in the building too, y'all. She's in the building over here. Queen Ice is over here. Tina is over here.
There. That's
you got to change that name. Next name you got to be Queen Ice.
All right, I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
The next name. That's what we're going to do. So anyway, our topic tonight, go for it.
Our topic, be careful what you ask for. And more specifically in relationships, y'all. So let's start it off as we traditionally will start it off by playing the clip that I posted earlier in the week that was our inspiration for the topic today.
Right. So I'm going to present this real quick to y'all. Let us know what y'all like about it. Sharon?
Mm-hmm. No, not yet.
No, sure. Yep. Peace. Y'all seen that? Y'all seen that video? If y'all want a redo of that video, let us know. Anybody on either one of these lives, let us know because we want to really get deep into that conversation about that 50-50. Yeah, Big Mafia says super sweet. Less than 8 hours a day for that bag. LOL. Hey, that's good timing. Yeah, on that truck ain't no punk. Everything in the nation got to be on that trunk.
Mhm.
Everything that we see that we use
All the
has
products
been on that truck. So we
You know, I think
appreciate Big
truck
Mafia.
drivers are definitely an industry that'll never be replaced by robots.
It can't be. I
It
mean, they
can't
trying.
possibly. I mean, there's no way that you're going to carry that amount of cargo and put it in the hands of a machine.
Of a machine, and they trying out in the desert, but you know, they didn't. What's the name? So the experience says she didn't hear anything. So we're gonna replay the video one more time, just so because the experience will be coming in to join us, I'm sure. Right. So give us one. Say I'm gonna represent this to us one more time, so we can get up in here, share this screen to y'all. We're gonna go boom. We'll go boom. We're gonna share it and go. Experience. Let us.
Still can't hear nothing.
Wait a minute. So let me ask: is the experience the only one that's not hearing it?
All of the other viewers that have chimed in, can you guys hear the video that we're
Yes.
playing?
Sham, can you hear the video that we played on there? I still got it up to screen share. Let us know if you can hear that, because I don't know how it's going to cross from YouTube to Facebook. It usually does, but I don't know if it is today. So let us know real quick. Mr. Cooper said he can't. Mr. Simmons said he can't hear anything, so he gonna head to YouTube. That's peace. We did that on purpose so everybody can head to YouTube. Yeah, let us know when y'all get over here to YouTube.
Hopefully y'all be able to hear this video.
Yeah, let us know when y'all get over here. Then once y'all get over here, I'm gonna play it one more time because I really want y'all to hear that. Yeah. Where is Mr. Mitchell at? I know you on that truck tonight. You know. Let's see what's happening. Come on through. Come on through. We about to get down. We are about to get down. Don't let the beginning fool y'all, make y'all think that's the end. All right. The experience is here. Where are you? Oh, Mr. Simmons is here. Okay. That's peace. I see him because he's here now. All right.
All right.
So we about to go through. Sham, if you get a chance, hit the link and come over here too. Let us know if you can hear it. All right. So I'm about to do it right now. Let us know if you can hear it.
Can you hear it?
All right.
You get what you pay for.
We are done sharing. Okay. We are done sharing.
All right, the experience. Did you catch that audio? I don't think she did. I think she said no.
Let me do this over one more time. I'm gonna do something different. See if I can do something different. Because I'm having a problem wondering why y'all not hearing it. All right, so this is the last time I'm gonna do it. One more time. Let us know if y'all say who is it. Let me see one more time. Let's see if y'all get there. Oh man, I'm tripping off with something else, y'all. Chrome tab. I'm about to share this tab right here. I'm going to this one. Boom. Share. I'm sharing. That's what's going on. Hold that thought. Let me do this one. I got one more thing I want to do. Let me do something like this here. Hold on one second, y'all. I'm gonna get it right for y'all. Oh, here we go. All right. Okay, here we go. We're about to share the screen and y'all watching. Y'all tell us what y'all see. Share screen. Boom. Boom. Here we go.
Like a really important message to get out to men, because I do believe that a lot of men have the perspective that you have, which is bring that 50. And I think men have to understand what that means and what you get when you expect a woman to bring 50%. Like I can bring 50.
Yeah.
And I know women who can bring 60, 70.
Okay.
Okay. But as a man, do you really want what 50 plus brings? Because 50 plus brings a lot of energy. It doesn't bring neck energy. It's bringing head energy. And so when we talk about women being the neck, men being the head, right? Like it's bringing more head energy. And so understand that, right? If you want a woman to bring the table and then some to the table, you get what you pay for, literally.
That is true.
And this is, I feel like a
All right. Now that time I know y'all heard it because I heard it. I can hear it clearly now. There you go.
All
There.
right.
There it is. I knew I was doing something wrong. Don't fault me. I knew something was when I hit the video, it was switching me out to YouTube and it wasn't letting me just share what I was sharing. So now we got it good. All right. So with that being said, we gonna move on. We about to get it popping. Sham, I know you heard it if you was here. Anybody that was on the scene, they heard what was going on.
Right.
So now let's get it popping.
Let's get it popping.
When she said 50.
50. She said she can bring 50.
50%.
But ultimately, fellas,
Yeah.
be careful what you're asking for. And I cannot just spare you ladies because you ladies also expect that same thing. If you're expecting a man or a woman to bring at least 50% into a relationship, you have to be more than willing to accept any and everything that comes with that 50%
or more. And I think a lot of times we won't have them bills paid. People want them have them bills paid. That's do that work only for the men?
No, it doesn't.
The women too?
Yes, it does.
If they order the service?
Yes.
Okay. Because I think a lot of times when they when we get that, when we say we want somebody to pay 50-50 or go 50-50, it come with a lot that we never expected.
It does.
What does it come with?
Oh, it comes with you got to be willing to compromise. You have to be willing to give or take my goodness, give or take 50% of that person's input into everything from finances to just any and everything. All of the decision making isn't solely resting in the hands of one person.
But then she said she spoke on the energy right?
As well.
And she said not the neck energy. So what she said, I'm
not the
gonna
neck
put it
energy,
with her. And she not saying no. She ain't giving you no negative or no gangster feedback.
Right.
She giving you that energy like you better be on point to ask for 50%
right
to be paid. Excuse me, is that correct?
That's right.
So what do you do if somebody asks for 50%? What do you expect?
I mean,
What's the expectations from that point on?
at
'Cause
that
it's something
point, to
heavier
me,
now.
the expectations is everything is shared. Everything. 50% is 50%.
Okay.
So from
So-
decisions, whether it be financially, emotionally, relationship wise, like all of the decisions that are impacting or affecting our relationship has to be there has to be a mutual understanding that has to be made. Like when you think about when a man pays all the bills, there are certain expectations that the woman has to give in correlation to the finances,
Like
right?
what?
So she has to tend to the home. She has to make sure that his needs are met, whatever those needs are. But when you're talking about 50%, at that point, it's not about you anymore.
Okay.
It's about us.
It's about us. Okay.
So
Cool.
now we have to make some decisions and we have to make sure that our needs are met.
So what would your expectations be if somebody asked you to pay 50% or more of the bills?
Again,
or of the household?
Just equality when it comes down to everything. I want to know
What would your energy
bills
be
are we
like?
paying. My energy is going to match his.
It's gonna match his.
It's going to match his.
So if he say where your 50% at, do you expect him to do certain things now?
No, not really.
So would you expect him to do the same thing as if he said only give him 25%
Mhm.
or don't give you anything?
Mhm.
So it's no difference. We're
It's
done with the show tonight, y'all.
it's
Show's over.
we're not done.
No,
We're not done by a long shot.
What's your thoughts?
Because I am a very compromisal person in a relationship, even if a guy comes with less than 50% of whatever, I'm willing to give 100% of myself. So even if that means compromising to a degree that makes it seem as though I'm in a on the short end of the stick, right?
Okay, let me ask the questions now. Anybody else got something to say? Let us hear it. And if you want to come on, just hit the link in the chat. If a guy, would you be willing to bring 100% to the table?
That I will not do.
90.
No.
Not 85. 80. 75.
That's pushing it.
Would you accept 30% from a man?
I would, with the understanding that you're going to at least try to input more.
So what would your expectations be of him if he only added 30% onto the house?
The expectation is that you're going to eventually get to at least 50% of the
That's
household.
the only expectation?
At the very bare minimum.
Does eventually have a limit?
What do you mean a limit?
Because eventually is infinite.
Right.
Because eventually, if somebody told me eventually,
I mean, obviously there's a set
expectation.
Like I'm not going to just leave that as an open-ended referendum.
What is the energy then? What is it?
The energy is that I'm probably going to be the head nigga in charge at home.
Oh, okay. So what does that look like?
And what that looks like is I'm calling all the shots. I'm making the majority of the decisions, and
until he gets to that 50.
Until he gets to that 50%, you got to earn that.
Oh, okay. So do the energy change once you get down to 30?
Yes,
if
absolutely.
It flips,
absolutely.
And you get down to 30, and now he's carrying 70.
Absolutely.
So he gets to call the shots.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I just wondering, anybody got something to say? Because we are in it to win it tonight. Kendall says a man will have to deal with those alpha female traits he normally doesn't like if she is financially taken care of a lot. What's a lot? Is a lot only 50%? Or is a lot 60, 70, 75? What is a lot, Miss the experience? What I'm looking at is I don't want any head energy that's out of the normal realm. If I'm bringing 30% or 20% or even 50%, because I don't think the energy should change if somebody bringing 50 and 50. You know what I'm saying? Because you want full equality, right?
Yes,
so
absolutely.
You should have any kind of energy, at least any negative energy, with equality.
Right.
right?
Right.
So if you was doing 60%, now you might be moving into the realm of the bad energy that might come with it, or the
Yes.
different expectations that might come with it.
Absolutely.
And if you go into the 70,
70%.
now we might really be getting
right.
somewhere.
The waters are going to get really muddy at that point.
Yeah. But what does that look like, the experience? What does it look like what does those alpha female traits look like? And how do you hide alpha female traits if you're only putting in 20%? Because you said a man will have to deal with those alpha female traits he normally doesn't like
Right.
if she is financially taken care of a lot.
Mhm.
So what does that look like? Does those alpha female traits look different, or do you hide them when you only added on 20%?
I wouldn't even say that you are hiding them, because hiding, when you use the word hiding, it kind of sounds like you're doing something wrong.
I got another word.
I would say suppress.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, are you suppressing them?
You're suppressing them.
Yeah, great minds.
Definitely great minds. And then more than anything, you are submitting to the idea of that man being the leader of that relationship and being that alpha. So even as an alpha female, you have to learn at that point, because you're only putting in 20-30%. You have to at least learn or understand that man is now the alpha, and your alpha trait is better suited in different aspects of the relationship.
So you can only lead if you're adding on the majority.
That's right.
Of what goes on in that household.
Absolutely.
Okay, I didn't know that. I never knew that. So I'm not.
I mean, that's my perception and my image of it.
Okay, the experience is a lot. Is anything more than what y'all agreed on? Okay.
Right.
Anything more than what y'all agreed on? What if y'all didn't agree on anything, and things just took their course? And then she also says,
that's not a smart decision, right? And that's what we're talking about, being careful. Be careful what you're asking for.
Right.
You can't go off of emotions or what you perceive to be love and just put to the background some of those critical and important things that matter in relationships, that keeps it flourishing and growing.
Right.
You can't put that to the wayside just because, oh, I just love him or her. Can't do that.
A lot of times that's how the relationships start.
That is how most relationships start. But when you start to get into the meat and potatoes of where you want that relationship to go, that's when you're talking about what are you bringing to the table. And when you get into that type of conversation, that's when some of those boundaries have to be set. And that's where, if whomever is putting in more than the other, or if it's going to be a 50-50 ordeal, that conversation needs to be had.
Right.
Nobody should just jump into a full-fledged relationship expecting
whatever.
Right. Like, I'm just gonna go with the flow. I don't think those relationships work out well.
The experience said, and I gotta question this. I gotta challenge this tonight.
Okay.
If a man is running everything, she would need to fall in line. Does that work the same way if a woman is running everything? Do he need to fall in line? And if he does, do you still look at him as a man?
I do.
Okay, talk to me about it then. I'm asking that question.
Because again, we talked about this on a previous show. Sometimes there may be where that man might have brought to the table 50% plus, right? And then life happens, whether it be an accident or his health declined or something of that nature. You're still going to treat him as that alpha that he was when he was in his prime, in his tip-top shape, in the height of your relationship. You're not going to diminish him because life happened. You know what I mean? So you're eventually going to help him get back to a place where he feels fulfilled in the relationship.
GT, we see you in the building. Okay. Mr. Simmons said, what happens if the spouse moves into the other's house which mortgages more monthly, and their car is paid for, because y'all needs to have a serious conversation.
Right. Conversations need to happen before you move anywhere.
Would you move into a house with somebody else?
Would I?
Or would you? Okay, so let's go like this. You have a house.
Right.
They have a house.
Right.
They both have mortgages.
Right.
Both of y'all cars are paid off.
Right.
Mr. Simmons, his analogy.
Right.
Both of the cars are paid off.
Mm-hmm.
Whose house gets moved into, and how do you come up with the idea of how that mortgage get paid now that you got not a roommate but a companion?
There's so many variables that would come into that decision.
Let's talk to us.
All right. So, like, number one, I have to know the history behind the house. I'm not about to even subject myself to living in a house where you once lived with another woman.
Oh, but you lived with another man in yours.
Again, those are possibilities and things that need to be talked about.
Talk to us about why wouldn't you live in a house that another woman lived in?
The energy is still there.
Another
some
woman,
guys don't think so, but like women can sense another female's energy in a space where she once especially slept or resided. Forget
about who she slept with.
Right. If her energy's still in the home, I can't do it. I just can't.
You got to be kidding. Are y'all listening to? Okay.
I can't.
Come on, y'all. Can't. Come on.
So
come on, talk to us.
That would be again just one of the types of conversations we would have to have is, okay, so you have this house with this mortgage. First thing I'm asking is, has any other woman resided in the home with you in the past? I mean, you don't have to get specific.
He divorced, so his ex-wife used to live there.
Okay.
You divorced, so your ex-husband used to live there.
Right.
So what do you do
so at
in that
point, if that's an issue for him, as it is for me, then the most logical thing to do is to start fresh. We both need to then purchase a home together.
So you sell your house and he sell his house, or do y'all just rent them out?
No, we could sell or rent. It doesn't matter. But don't anticipate that I'm going to come and reside or even stay the night in a house where you once resided with a woman.
That's heavy.
I can't.
So now wait. Okay.
I don't even want to lay in a bed where another woman laid in. I don't.
Ooh.
I mean, obviously hotels, that's a whole different vibe and story, that's but totally. Like where you actually shared a bed with a woman, I can't do it.
Proverbial love bed.
Right. So you can't even bring that furniture into the house that we purchased together.
The love nest? You want to go into the love nest?
No, sir.
Oh, yeah.
No,
don't cross the threshold.
Not at all. Right.
So so check this out then. That's good. You added on to what Mr. Simmons said. She dropping it for us, Mr. Simmons. So we gotta break her down though. So if y'all rent this house out and y'all rent this house out and y'all go get this house,
right?
Who pays for it?
Us. It depends on who.
50-50, 40-60, exactly. 70-30. Which way?
Whoever is
no.
You can't obviously that 50-40 or 50-50 or 60-40. That discussion is had even before we moving in together. What do you bring to the table?
I bring the house that I was in that you didn't want to come in because
that's not.
You was clowning.
The house that you're in isn't 50% of everything you own financially. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That house could have been gifted to you.
It could have been.
Okay, so that doesn't mean that that's all you have to bring to a relationship. Where are you getting your means for to live, like financially? Who's paying your bills? You are, right? So how much salary do you make? Mm-hmm. And your car, what's the value of it? And everything else that you own, what is the value of that? Because those are things that you're bringing into the relationship.
Okay.
In addition to the non-monetary things, such as family, like I have to buy into the idea of being a potential stepmom, right? So all of those conversations have to be had before we even move to the discussion of let's move in together or let's both sell our houses and move into a house that we purchased together. Like I have to have history. That's important to me.
Yeah. The history. But I'm just looking at it from the perspective of that energy that you're gonna bring,
Mhm.
because like you said, the energy gonna still be in the house.
Absolutely.
What energy do anybody get to bring? And do I get to bring less percentage of the finances if my value was my home value was more and you didn't want to be there, or you
Mhm.
your home value was more and I didn't want to be there,
Right.
or you didn't want me to be there because I don't want to go nowhere where somebody was. Yeah,
See, yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
My point exactly.
No,
like when you think
no,
about that,
that's not me. I'm just talking.
it's not me either.
Because me, I'm going in the house.
No, I ain't going.
I'm taking over. Oh, you ever see a puppy come in the house? They try to mark their territory.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna piss in the corner and let everybody know this.
Go ahead, do you, but that ain't me.
The
I'm not marking shit.
But the corner is you. The corner is not the house. The corner would be the woman in this case. And you go set your love down there, and now she yours.
Right. So then
now the house is yours too.
Yeah, I don't like that idea.
What?
Nah.
Ooh, you clown. You gonna spend money for no reason.
I mean, eventually it'll all catch up.
How?
If you're gonna sell the house or if you're going to rent
Which
it
house?
out.
Oh, the rent out house?
Yeah.
So do he get half of that money?
It all depends.
How much of that money do he get?
Why would he even want any of that money if he's gotten his own, right?
Because he had to get rid of his mansion.
He had to get rid of his mansion, and all of the proceeds are sitting in his bank account, not ours.
Well,
right?
I don't know. When I start messing with a woman, everything she got will become mine if she moving in and she coming. You know, if we in the same house. It doesn't
become ours officially until we marry.
If you in the same
house,
there
are stages and levels to dating. Y'all.
If you're in the same house, that's marriage. What do y'all say? If you're in the same house, that's a marriage.
Nah.
How long do you get to be in that house before it become common law? Anybody?
I mean, know? Common law is 7 years, but I'm never going to reside with someone.
But how long do you have to be in that house, though?
I say 7 years.
Oh, so what if you already messed with them for 5?
Doesn't matter.
You don't get to 2 more. You got to go 7 more.
Because
12 years in, and you still don't consider him your husband.
Right. If we're more than 5 years in our relationship and we haven't even moved in together, it's probably never going to happen.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
It doesn't take. We had this show before. It doesn't take anyone more than 4 years to figure out if they want to marry you or not.
Okay. Okay.
So why would I wait 5 years before I move in, or 6 years, or no?
I would think that some people get married after 10 years. Some people get married after 5 years.
Some people do get married after 10 years, but there's reasons behind that. They have their own personal reasons for waiting for that to happen, whether it be children are still involved and they're minors, or whether it be that the ex that probably they were married to prior didn't want a divorce and it took them longer. There's so many other aspects as to why it sometimes may take a couple longer to get married. But at the end of the day, for me, I'm not finna be with you for 5 years before I decide to move in with you.
When you move it, but that's my point though. When you move in with them, right? What do you look at him as at that point?
My equal, especially if he's bringing 50% of the table.
So that's your equal.
That's my equal.
Does it ever get to the point where you look at this guy as your husband? His husband just the paperwork for you?
In a sense.
Talk to me. I want to hear about that one.
Obviously, a marriage solidifies the relationship.
Really?
It legalizes the relationship.
So if you had,
prior to the marriage, we're just dating.
So if you was dating somebody,
yes,
right, prior to the marriage, you was dating them, and you had a baby with them, right, and y'all live together. It's not solid yet.
Nah.
Why?
People do it all the time.
I ain't asked about that. I'm asking why that is.
I've never done that because the man that was the father of my children I married.
Right.
But, I mean,
it don't become solid then.
Like prior,
oh boy,
I got married at 20, and we lived together for 2 years prior to marriage. So I moved in with him straight out of high school, And within that 2 years, I had to get to know him. And there were things about him that really made me second guess and consider my options. Like, do I really want to marry this man? Or do I really want to go into another year or a lifelong commitment with this person?
Mm-hmm.
So
no commitment is lifelong.
Not until you legalize it. Marriage is supposed to be that.
You still married?
No.
Okay. It's the point.
Marriage is supposed to be that for everything, right?
Yeah.
But obviously, especially in my marriage, it didn't last. And some of those things that I overlooked early on, that I saw those signs in that first 2 years, and I said, you know what, I'm just going to give it a shot. I should have never looked past those. Those were my gut instincts telling me, Tina, this isn't right. It's not going to last. And I should have listened to that, because ultimately we ended up divorcing. And so my gut was right then. I should have listened to it.
Yeah. So if you was just in a relationship with him,
Mm-hmm.
right, and it lasted all those years,
Mm-hmm.
right?
We were married all those years.
Yeah, but
We were married
if you were in a
16 years.
relationship,
But we
16 years,
16 years.
man, that's my wife for life. 16. Come on now.
But
16 years.
But-
Talk to me, y'all.
but
Where you at? Where you at? The experience, Mr. Cooper. What, Mr. Simmons? What's happening?
but
Where Big Mafia
we
at
had
on this one? Somebody
children
got
to
talk about
raise
this.
together. So that's what made the marriage last. It had nothing to do at that point with love. After 10 years, I was over it. Like, again, I saw a lot in 2 years before marrying him that I should have took heed to those signs, but I didn't, for the sake of our kids and for the sake of wanting to provide that stable family environment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But wouldn't that still be a stable family environment without the paperwork?
It would have been,
Say like in year 8.
it would have been, but
Are
it
you-
was
are-
hard.
Is it just a look? Let me just
it
sorry
wasn't
for
a
cutting
look
you,
for
but
me.
no, I'm saying like in general for women, is it just a look that you want society to see you as married with the paper? Is that what it is, or is it something different?
No,
It's, okay,
it's
because I'm trying to figure out what will be the difference between getting in that house with the paperwork and getting in that house with the love. Because paperwork don't equate to love.
it doesn't,
And
but you
paperwork-
got to have love before you even think about the paperwork, to me. Like those that marry just off of the strength of, oh, I got to marry this person for X, Y, and Z reasons, and love isn't part of those reasons, those never last. Show me a relationship that lasts because they married for other reasons.
I don't know what the other reasons could be. 'Cause
Green card.
Oh, yeah.
Citizenship.
yeah, citizenship. That's only know a few of them.
Benefits. Some people marry other people for benefits, whether it be I'm marrying an older person because of the benefits, like the financial benefits, or I've heard of people
it lasted
marrying.
until he died or she died.
Right. Some of them don't last that long.
That long, right?
But I've also heard of people marrying for military benefits,
Oh yeah,
for health benefits, those are all non-traditional reasons for wanting to marry somebody.
Right, no doubt, no doubt. Sometimes
Some people marry just because of the kids.
yeah. Some people marry for the kids so that they can show what society has going on.
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
I don't know what that bloop was.
Oh, no, that can't be it. That's it. Okay, I thought.
Oh, that was Kendall.
Oh, peace.
The experience joining us.
Peace. I'm tripping. Peace. The experience. Let's see what the experience has to say. The experience is in the.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Peace.
Okay.
To the experience. Experience. Let me ask you a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Why are you not showing up on the live anymore? We looking at your picture and
Because
that's all
I can't even stay long. I'm popping in because I can't get past a Thursday now without thinking about y'all. But I can't jump in because I'm multitasking.
That's peace. We just want to at least you here with us. Okay.
I'm be in and out. but I'm here for right now. Go ahead.
Yeah. So what's your say on this? What's your say on this? As far as going into the house, let's start with the part of, because you did say yes, Tina. Let's start with the part of, if I come into the house, if we say we're gonna start off like Mr. Simmons said, he gave up the thing about you moving into another person's house, right? Would you do that first of all?
I wouldn't want to move into anybody's house. That's what I was saying yes, Tina, about for the same reasons. I wouldn't want nobody to move into my house for the same reason.
Right.
I think that if we dated and courted and we talking about moving in with each other, then that's obviously signifying the relationship is getting stronger and we need to have those conversations.
Mhm.
And depending on the needs of us in the relationship, that should determine how we move forward. If we selling both houses or keeping them for rental properties, because if you could get somebody else to pay your mortgage and you just live your life, that's a good thing too.
Right.
Right. That's peace. Let me ask you this though, and this is another one too, Queen. So what if this? I want the experience to answer it, but I want you to answer it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Experience. What if you do? So we got two different people. Like you don't want to move into another woman's house, right? And Queen don't want to move into another woman's house. So what if I sold my house? No, I'm renting out my house.
Mm-hmm.
You renting out your old house, and we
Mhm.
getting a new house, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Mhm.
my old house is only bringing in 800 a month,
Mm-hmm.
and your old house is bringing in $2,000 a month
Mm-hmm.
rent, right? Am I obligated to pay for half of our mortgage that costs 2,500?
Yes.
How am I gonna get there if we rented
Your
from?
rent, your rent should be paying your mortgage on your old house. If you renting out your old house, then the rent that your tenants pay should be paying your mortgage.
Right.
Well, did you heard my
Well,
thought,
he
right?
was saying for the house that we
Yeah.
now occupy. So we're both renting out our houses that we originally owned.
Right.
And now
So,
the house that we're occupying, we're paying the mortgage on that. If he's
right.
not collecting half of that from his rental property, is he still expected to pay half of the mortgage in the house that you two reside in? Absolutely.
Yeah. So, because the two things are separate. Like
It is
in
separate.
in this particular case, what's yours is yours, what's mine is mine, and what's ours is ours. So
Amen.
now, if we walking into something together, the only way we walking into it is if we can afford to walk into it, and
Mhm.
we can somehow counterbalance, cooperate, work together in a way that we could have that new thing. If
Right.
you can't afford it, we ain't doing it.
Right.
But see now that's why I said those numbers, because somebody says, "Hey,
That's Chris Bracken.
oh Chris, birthday twin in the building."
Yes,
I
and
always got to pick my poison because if I'm on talking, I can't see the comments.
Hey, that's
it's
peace.
okay.
We
Chris Bracken just popped in and said
said, "Hey,"
hello.
Okay.
but here's the cold part though. Experience. That's why I gave the numbers that I gave, right? Because if my house is only bringing in $800 a month in rent, and your house is bringing in $2,000 a month in rent, and we have the opportunity to stay in one of those properties and not get a more expensive house, right? That we both can't add 50-50, wouldn't that seem to be a problem somewhere in there?
That's why you don't agree to move into a property that's going to put you in a financial strain. Like, why would
Right.
I agree to a $2,500 house if you're not agreeing to paying half?
Right.
Unless
Oh,
going into that ordeal, I agreed to accept your 40%. So now I know going into
or
that
20.
50 is
arrangement,
on me.
right, that I'm going to pay more of the mortgage.
And
Right.
then the other part of that conversation is you might be fine moving in my house with the essence of my ex in the house, right? That's not okay with me. So if you say, well, you know what, I'll rent my house and move in with you, I'm good with it. Then that would be a decision based on the conversation that we had. But what I'm saying is I'm not doing it the other way. and you would need to be okay with that as my choice.
Mm-hmm.
So you would let a man move into your house. You got
If
a lot
you
of
was
house.
okay with that, if you was okay with that, most men I know wouldn't be okay with it.
Right.
But if you was okay with it, and we decided that's how we wanted to move, then that's how we would move.
Right.
Right. I'm cool with it. I'll be cool with it. I would definitely be okay with it because in particular, it's like standing on top of the mountain that you just conquered climbing. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just try to let me know. Nah, that's what you would I would be okay with that. I don't see, yeah, just move around. If he ain't coming around or nothing like that. And if he is, then Melvin home.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Go to the baby boy reference. This man crazy.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Chris said it wouldn't bother me, but I would change every damn thing.
I wouldn't change shit because I'm not going. But I guess you're a better woman than
Somebody got some echo going.
Yeah, I think that's you, the experience. We us in your background.
My background is quiet. Let me see.
Yep. Do that. Yep. Okay, so we can't hear it.
Now we can hear it.
Now we can hear it again. But it's all good. What's that?
Stacy said, "Tell Born I said."
You said it on the time. What is that emoji?
It's the face palm.
Oh, is they on here?
I don't know if she on here or not. Cuzzy, are you on this live?
Miss Bracken said what?
Miss Bracken said, it wouldn't bother me, but I would change every damn thing of the house. Nice. If I'm assuming she's saying if the house is nice and it's in our budget and it makes sense, why not?
Exactly.
It's the energy for me. It's
what you saying the
energy for me. I cannot.
I can.
I cannot.
Me and you, Miss Brackett, we can.
That's your birthday tweet.
Yeah. You see, Capricorns, we don't.
Y'all think alike.
Yeah, Capricorns, we roll. We do what we got to do. You know what? Capricorns, we notes, right?
And see, me and the experience, we're both Virgos.
Yeah. What are y'all?
Virgo.
Like we the goats. What are y'all?
Oh, we're Virgos.
Virgos, and I'm.
That is the astrological symbol for a Virgo. Is we're virgin. We're the purest of the pure.
It's the virgin, in particular.
Come on. Come on now. Experience, give me something better than that.
What we said.
Mr. Simmons,
That's right. We're virgins.
Okay, Mr. Simmons, read Mr. Simmons' comment. Let you read that one.
Mr. Simmons said, experience. You have that 4,200. You're definitely moving in. She said she doesn't mind if you want to move in. She doesn't mind at all. She's not moving into your palace. So if you had a 4,500 square foot palace, she ain't going. And I don't blame her.
Yep, it's echoing. That's right. Okay, Miss Brackett. Okay. That's peace, Miss Crystal. Yeah. You know, with that kind of palace though, with 4,200 square feet, there ain't no way I'm going anywhere else, man. I'm coming in, I'm getting a new mattress. I'm good.
He said, we getting rid of the mattress, huh?
That's it.
That's
all we
it.
need to
Everything
do.
else can stay.
Everything else can stay. What else you need to get rid of? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, his energy is still in the house. There's probably things that he touched that you won't even think that he touched. Like maybe there was a hole in the wall and the kids and he fixed it.
If another
his
one comes,
energy is now implanted on that wall.
If another one comes, if they put another hole in the wall and he fixed it well, come over here and fix it again. His energy could be there. That don't matter to me.
I'm sorry. I'm not even cooking in pots and pans that another woman touched.
Yeah.
She made you a meal in that pan. Throw that shit out.
Oh, you
Get rid
tripping.
of it.
You tripping. Crystal said, pray that energy out. Yes, whole new damn bed. Everything goes. Indeed. I mean, and being realistic.
Including the fucking house, because I'm not moving there.
Well, you gotta be realistic about it, because I'm like this, right? To get a good mattress, right? If you got a California King and you go get a good one, you're gonna pay a few $1,000s for it. Right? And so if you pay a few $1,000s for that mattress ain't really gotta go nowhere. You can flip him and do some sheets. You know what I'm saying?
No, sir, not me.
Huh? You wouldn't be able to do it.
Tell Melvin that was a garbage answer.
Who's Melvin?
You just said that.
I'm
moving in like Melvin.
But when they say garbage answer, I'm not listening.
That was Stacy.
Yeah, I'm not listening. She said that was a garbage answer.
She said that was a garbage answer.
Yeah.
She ain't listening to that.
Yeah. Oh, she listening.
She gotta be. She's tuned in somewhere, whether it be on our YouTube or our
because I didn't see her
Facebook. I didn't see her either.
But
she might have snuck her ass in here. She watching.
Hey, you see what Miss Crystal said? Crystal said, I hope y'all pockets deep, sis. House is not cheap.
Oh, I understand. I'm in the process of purchasing a home now. I already know. But
she ain't like the energy that was there before.
Right. At all. Period.
Okay. House party?
Huh?
House party?
Yeah, why not?
Gonna be kicking it. Yeah.
But ain't nothing going on in my house. But anyway.
We're gonna have a house party though. That's cool.
I mean, yeah, we can party, we can kick it. But yeah, if the energy is off, I just can't. Like, even if we're dating and you invite me over to the house, I'm gonna feel that energy and I'm probably not gonna feel comfortable being there.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So okay, so Mr. Simmons got a comment, but after his we'll go with it.
He said, Tina, you're wrong. We don't give a care about what he touched. Remember, at one point he used to touch you.
What I'm saying.
His energy gone once we move in. I mean,
that's the real. That's why.
And that's why I don't have a problem if you want to move in my house, but I'm not moving in yours. I just can't. Energy means everything to me.
Okay, so let's
if the vibe is off in the house because another woman has been there. Yeah, it's not gonna work.
So read Chris's. That was a good one. Oh, you want me to read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Crystal said,
it's true, though.
That's crazy how you date when we're y'all knocking boots. Hotels only? Y'all only knocking boots at the hotel. Because I was about to say the same thing, Crystal. I was about to say the same exact thing. Absolutely. I was going to ask, what if you mess with a boss player?
You got to pay to play. You got to pay to play.
So you ain't going by no boss player's house.
Especially if he has already told me previously that was a house he shared with his ex-girlfriend or wife.
What if he just knocking off a whole bunch of women?
I can feel the energy. And
okay,
nothing
so you're
will
not
happen.
Going over there for dinner.
So right, if I step into your house and I feel that the energy is off, even though you did not disclose to me that you have had multiple women in and out this motherfucker, we gonna chill, and then I'm gonna leave.
You gonna chill though first?
We gonna chill,
okay.
And you ain't getting past chilling. We Netflix and we chilling for real.
Without the Netflix,
I'm back, y'all.
I don't even call it Netflix and chill.
I mean, if you're watching a movie, Netflix and chill. I'm not fucking shit, especially if the energy is
off. Okay. What about you, listen? The experience. Did you hear what Mr. Simmons said?
Crystal said, Tina, I want to call a friend. I don't believe you. Go ahead and call one.
Call what?
Call one.
Go ahead.
I dare you. I'm not doing it. I can't.
You're right. Right.
Okay. I'm back. I had some technical difficulties, but I did hear the end of this. And if you met somebody who was single, who had a bachelor pad, you might want to sage a little bit before you go in. But to me, that's different than moving into somebody's
I
house
want to be
who they
another
share.
body on no mattress.
But I'm just saying it's a different thought process, a different mindset, as opposed to moving in with somebody who lived in that place with their spouse or long-term relationship, baby mamas, whatever the situation was. I think that's a little different than if the
Yeah.
dude just is a bachelor and he got bodies and that's his crib. I think it's a
Right.
little different.
Really? Well,
I
read
do.
that comment. Read that comment. Here go here come you. Here come
Yeah.
Mr. Mitchell. It's the True Live 2 plus you. And here he is. I've been waiting all night for Mr. Mitchell to come on in. Mr. Mitchell, I'm gonna let you in
So
1 second. Can you
that
see that comment on the screen? Experience.
I could see it, and it's funny. When I read it, it just literally makes me think of the difference between men and women. Like that. That's why it's cool to have guy friends, because that's something very much a dude would say.
Exactly. Ain't that a guy response?
That's such a guy response.
Such a guy response.
You know what though? Read this one. Read this one too. Read that one. Crystal said, go read that for us, the experience. What Crystal say?
Crystal said, "You get rubbed the right way, you going."
You going, you dig.
I beg to differ. I'm not going. I mean, I guess I have a lot of self-control and a lot of restraint. You can get me all kinds of hot and heavy, but if I feel like the energy in this house is off,
You going back to the car
I'm going back to the car.
with him?
He can come to the car.
He can go to the car and get it in. Crystal, it's a solution for
He
everything,
can.
Crystal.
It's a way around it. I tell you, it's a way
Right.
around it.
Right. Crystal, he can go to the car and get it in, have fun, then they'll go back in.
Right.
Woo-wee. This is something else. Mr. Mitchell, what say you? Al, we see you, baby. We see you how it is down there. How it is.
What's up, man?
Peace, Mr.
Hey,
Mitchell. Talk to him. Tell me
check
something.
this out. The one problem, and it's a couple of issues I have with this whole conversation. Number one, it's too much you and me and he and I, she and I, and that, and it's not enough we and us.
Okay.
You know,
All right.
we in this thing together.
You heard?
You know,
I hear him, but trust me, I have
you know,
a whole lot of opposition for that.
it's
I'm
it's
here.
the thing is that me personally, the house thing, that's not that's a non-starter for me. I mean, that's not an issue for me because I want her to have her own space. So if I own a house and she has an issue living there, then I'll get another one. That's not an issue. I don't have a problem with that. But this bringing stuff to the table thing, we defining ways. I mean, I don't care if she work at McDonald's or she a CEO of a Fortune 500 company. I just don't care. I got a table, and my table full. We gonna eat. You know that whole bringing stuff to the table. That just don't. I don't know. I guess I'm old school, man. We put too much into that these days, man. People always, well, what she bring to the table? What he bring? Man, we gonna eat.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Mr. Mitchell. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. Let's let the rubber hit the
road.
ground. Right. Let's see. All right. You ready?
Let's go.
Will you move into a woman's house?
Yes.
Will you pay all of the bills in that house?
If I need to, yes.
Oh, that's peace. Okay, so will you move in and not pay all the bills?
No.
So you're gonna pay the bills anyway?
Hey, look, number one, I'm not gonna live with somebody that I'm not married to.
Oh,
See?
That's me.
y'all be having some lifestyles. I don't understand this.
I cannot.
Your house with nobody.
You not playing house and you not.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay.
That leaves because the last thing that somebody living with me gonna say is you ain't put no ring on my finger. Oh, yes, I did.
Right.
Oh,
Exactly.
wow.
They're
Woo!
not gonna
Fuck
they're
that.
not gonna play house with me and then go outside and play house too. Either we're gonna be together or we not.
Mm.
And by being together, we're gonna solidify our relationship through marriage before we move in together.
Okay,
You
so
hear that,
before y'all move into together, right? While y'all dating, how long will you date somebody? I want both of y'all to answer this one.
Mm.
'Cause
Well, me personally, when I was younger, I would probably have said a long time, but now that I'm older, I want so much more out of life and I want somebody to share it with. So I ain't gonna put a time limit on it, but I want to move. I personally, I don't think it takes 4 or 5 years to know if you want to marry somebody.
Right.
so
Shit, it ain't even been a year yet. You be a year in February, and I already want to get married. So,
6 months, a year, 6 months or a year, right? One of y'all
right.
get
I mean, but see the difference. But one thing y'all talked about was talking about the benefits of marriage. There are benefits to marriage
mute your mic
that
one time experience. That's
you.
for
The one thing about marriage is number one.
okay, we good.
Like y'all talking about marrying for other reasons besides love. If I don't love somebody, I'm not gonna marry them. I don't care
Okay,
what the other benefits are.
that's
But
peace.
there are benefits to being married. Because once you're married, because at my age, I'm gonna make sure that my wife has a future after I'm gone. I have to think that way.
Mm.
All right, read the next comment that come on the screen. Read
Mr.
it.
Mitchell.
You read this one. I want you to read
You
this.
want me
Oh,
to
I can't.
read it?
I can't see the comments.
Well,
All right, I'm gonna read
I
it.
want Queen Ice to read this anyway.
Man, please.
Al
I
Higgins.
stayed with my wife 5 years before we got married. We've been together 28.
Hey, congratulations, Mr.
Congrats.
Al. Big up to that.
Congratulations.
See, that's real playerism. 5 years.
I was married for 25, and we never spent one night together in the same. We never lived together one night before we got married. So
Really?
Mm.
yeah, I was married 25.
How long,
We've not really been through that story of my history. So
how long have y'all been? Well, y'all together though.
we were together. We had a child as teenagers.
Okay, so how long were y'all together before y'all got married?
Well, we had. I was 16 when my daughter was born,
Okay,
and
that might.
we split up. We were together. No, we were together for only 2 years, and then we split up. We didn't actually get back together and get married till my daughter was almost 7.
Okay, that's peace. That's peace. Okay, I got another one for you, Mr. Mitchell. You can't see the comments, can you, Mr. Mitchell?
No, I can't see the comments.
Okay, well, Tina, you read this one again. I like these. These are the comments I've been waiting for. Read that
I
comment.
cannot.
I can read it. It says, it's the writing is small, y'all. So y'all got to forgive us. We need glasses. We done got a little bit up in age. It says, Stacy Terry says,
Well, okay, Mr. Mitchell, marry your woman
with a heart.
with a heart.
Yeah. See, see,
Oh,
she recognized love. You understand what I'm saying?
right.
Now that's and I say that's peace to Miss Terry for
What?
here because you willing to marry that woman after a year, and that's lovely, man. Don't forget to invite me to that wedding too. I want to be there. No, hold on.
Well,
Here come another comment.
I mean, we haven't really talked about it yet, but if we do have a wedding, of course you'll be invited. But me personally, wedding, if she wants one, she'll have one. Me personally, I'd rather save that money that we was gonna have for a wedding and take a 2 week European honeymoon. But that's just me.
Okay, I'm gonna read this. Let me get these 2 comments off, and then we gonna go. Here we go. We got not go, but we gonna keep on rolling. Miss Crystal said, I agree with that too. We have to be engaged, and it would only be a short amount of time. I'm reading off the screen, and it would only be a short amount of time that I will move in so we can save. But I agree I'm not doing too many wife duties without being a wife. That's heavy. I like that. We go two more. The other one is Mr. Cooper put up there. He said, "Mr. Mitchell, are we invited?"
Oh, absolutely. The whole group invited.
That's Mr. Simmons.
Mr. Simmons, sorry, you got that right. Mr. Simmons.
Right, Mr. Simmons.
Mr. Simmons said, "Are we invited?" And yes, we are invited.
And Crystal said, "Born, stop."
Hey,
you heard her. Your birthday twin told you to pipe down.
Pipe down. Okay.
Yeah, man, it's when you're talking about a relationship and dating or whatever, man. I'm real big on we and us. That me and you shit, and my girl will tell you, I correct her all the time. Hey, this is us. This ain't me and you. This is us. This is us. You know, we gotta plan this, and it's like,
see,
when you talk about what you bring to the table, basically you're setting up a standard for gender roles.
Yeah, you said what I say. That's what I be saying. See, for me. No, that's real though.
That ain't what you've been saying though.
No, hold on. I don't say no. I mean, I don't say no. You and I say us.
You do, but
I even say. Let me say this here.
When you talk,
sorry.
When you talk about gender roles, that kind of go full circle back to the original video post about her bringing 50% to the table and then becoming more head energy than that.
Right.
You think that, you know, and what I was trying to articulate that didn't come very clear through text is we're very accustomed to men being in charge in terms of holding down all of the finances and being the leader of the family. So the woman usually has to acquiesce. She has to change some things. She has to get in line, because if that man is taking care of everything, he has certain expectations of her that in exchange, and not in exchange in a bad way, but complimentary, I guess is a better word to use, complimentary to what he's doing. If he's holding down the whole house financially, then the things that he expects of her, she should do. She should fall in line and do. That's what I was meaning in the text comment.
Well, see, the thing about that, like I said, when you talk about somebody paying more than the other, see, I'm more the mindset. I grew up in a household where my mother made more money, but you never would have known that because my dad was definitely the head of the house. But times evolve. You know, it's like my girl, she do everything for herself. She can do her own. She got her own. She pay her own way. I have to be like, look, let me do this. She be like, no, don't do that. Don't be like, hey, let me do this. You know, and it don't even have to be nothing major. But when you get a woman that's used to doing that for herself, it's hard for her to. Sometimes it's be hard for them to accept it from somebody else. And part of that comes from being jacked over in the past and being put unrealistic expectations being put on them and stuff like that. But and I get it. Let's be, you know, let this be us.
If
we don't have to have separate entities or separate. While we are apart, we don't have to be separated. You know what I mean? We can be on the same page.
Okay.
When you're an independent woman and then you get into a relationship with a man, you definitely want him to compliment you. But no, it's not easy to retrain your brain to depend on somebody else if you used to figuring it out for yourself. And I think most women do want that, but it is an adjustment period until they get comfortable. They have to know you trustworthy. They have to know you ain't gonna get mad next week and throw it back up in their face, what you did and how you did it. Nobody's doing that. If I could get my own, I'm not trying to listen to you talk about what you did for me. Because if you ain't do it out the kindness of your heart and you didn't do it because you wanted to, then I don't want to hear it, and I really don't want what you offer.
Man, and I agree. I agree wholeheartedly with what you're saying. But as we've discussed before,
I like
I'm a giving person.
that.
I am a giver. I don't give to receive. I give from the kindness of my heart. And I have never ever given anything to anybody to where I've thrown it back in their face.
I got a
You
question.
are a rare jewel, Mr. Mitchell, and your
Diamond
lady is
in the
lucky to
rough.
have you.
Needle
I,
in
I,
a haystack.
I give from the heart. I give from the heart. I don't give to receive. And saying and people that do that, it's not genuine. I'm genuine in my giving. You know, I lost the sound.
Boy, and I can't hear you either.
Yeah, I
Your
said I lost the sound.
I was just checking something.
Okay, there you go.
So I got a question for that.
Don't say it.
Who's that?
Tina said, "Don't say it."
So, no, because we got the what's name. Did we find Jesus? Okay. Here go. Let me ask this. We got a slight echo. That's why I asked you. So I'm checking the mics real quick. Okay, 1 second. So I'm gonna check my mic. Oh, Miss Renee, you okay? Can y'all hear it?
Yeah.
You hear echo, Mr. Mitchell?
No.
Hold that thought 1 second. When I point at you, that's saying, "Do you hear me?"
Nope. I can't hear anything.
All right.
I hear you now.
Okay, now we got the mic off. Okay. I wonder if it's just the experiences mic.
Yes.
Yeah, I was trying to check the mic. That's why she's like, "Don't say anything."
When I turn my mic on, you hear feedback.
Yeah, we got echo, but as long as it go off after you done talking, then yeah. So when you talk, and when we talk, we just mute it. But what I was gonna ask Mr. Mitchell was this. Mr. Mitchell, so like you've been with your lady since February. Boom. This is the perfect question. You love your lady.
Absolutely.
Right, that's peace. And I love that you love your lady. I love black love.
How do you know she black?
He black.
That don't mean that he like black women.
Even if
He
she-
did say he.
if
Aren't
she-
you like some type of
Mexican.
Hispanic?
But if he
I
white,
am.
I mean,
See,
if
Nah. She. Okay. Let's end this. She
hold on,
black.
listen.
She
Even if-
black.
he
No.
shouldn't have never made that assumption.
No, because if he's black, right,
Right.
then the dominant force is him. So she is the black love. So anyway,
Can't.
yeah,
You're right. Okay.
with black love though, I love black love. Anyway, this is it. So check this out. We got a couple comments we're gonna put up in a second, but how long before you consider that woman your wife, even if y'all not technically married?
How long before I consider her my wife?
Yeah, how long do you consider her your wife right now? In your phone, do it say wifey or wife or my wife, or some people have that in their phone now.
No, it says babe.
Babe.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's my baby.
That's like wife. See,
No,
'cause
it's not.
Well,
before you
once
got
she-
on, we had a
once she agrees, I haven't asked. We've had discussions, but I haven't asked her anything. Once she agrees to be my wife, but she'll, in my eyes, she'll be my wife.
But see,
But like I told y'all before, like when we first started out, she made a comment, something to the fact that, we're gonna get married or something to that effect. I can't remember the context of it now.
okay.
But ever since we had that initial thing, I have been preparing to be her husband. So
Okay. Now let me ask this though, because we had that conversation before.
right.
And the conversation was like, me personally, I love my women, right? So if
Your
I got
women?
no, I'm saying so like if I got a woman now, right? Or like if I talk to a woman right now, even if we only been talking 2 months, I consider that my wife because I'm not going to be talking to 2 and 3 other women, right? That's
Right.
who I am now, right? So I consider that my wife, and that's wife stuff, husband, wife action.
Right.
How you jump all the way to wife? Like if you met a woman and you dating a woman and you decide, okay, I like her, I'm not going to see no other women, you can make that decision in a week. You already calling her your wife.
Right. Man, I told you before, boy. I told you, I said we had that discussion before, man. Since I met her, man, all other women are ugly. I don't care.
Mute your. Okay, there you go. Say it again.
I said we had that conversation before. I tell you, since I met her, every other woman that come across my path is ugly to me.
So
you know.
So somewhere in your head, you consider her your wife.
Yes. She's gonna
see. I'm like you,
but I'm with Kendall. I'm with the experience. Why?
Because of the experience. Boom.
Well, I'll tell you why.
Experience.
It's because the reason why is because I'm planning on being her husband. I don't entertain women outside of my relationship. There's nothing that nobody can tell me against her. If, say, I come across somebody that know her from her past and they go, hey, man, let me tell you about your girl. I'm be like, hold that thought. I'm be like, I'm going to call her up. Hey, oh, so-and-so got something to say. Go ahead. What you going to say?
See, that's my brother right there.
That's your big
I don't give a damn. Her past is her past.
Stuff I will say.
I'm trying to move forward.
But
I don't like looking back.
But here's the question. The stage that you in right now, almost a whole year and ready to propose, what is she to you today? Is she your girlfriend or is she your wife?
She is my baby. She's my babe.
Still not your wife, born.
No, we're not husband and wife until we actually get married.
Husband and wife. Right, there you go. That's all I was
But that's
trying
my
to say.
baby. I'm preparing to be her husband though.
And I was just trying to find out if Born was wife and chicks after a week.
Yes.
Why?
I love quick. Yes.
The experience.
Me too, man. I do. I wasn't even expecting it. I felt so hard. Whew, man. See? I wasn't even expecting it when we met, but it happened.
Real recognize real. That's what I'm saying. And so, like I say, if I meet a woman and I'm not looking at anybody else, and this is really for you to experience the experience. So if I meet a woman and I'm not looking at anybody else, that's my wife. That's my wife, right? I ain't looking at nobody else. That's her. So yeah, a week, 2 days, a month.
So experience. I have a question then for both of y'all. Right?
I just want to know how many times you done been divorced then.
Right.
Right. The only thing I can say is that have been married and divorced than to never have been married at all.
I just feel like you're setting yourself up for divorce by going into it with the preconceived notion that she's going to be your wife. That has to be a mutual understanding.
Well, what do you
mean? No. I didn't say.
You know what? I like you. You're my wife now.
What are you dating for, though?
No.
You're dating to get to know if that's going to eventually happen, right?
Right. No. I didn't. I'm not.
A week later, you know that. So you're calling her your wife.
Yeah.
A week later.
Okay. What I said was, I didn't say that I had the expectation that she was going to be my wife. I said I was preparing to be her husband. Now, if she don't want to be my wife, there's nothing I can do about that. But I'm going to prepare myself for being her husband anyway. And then if she decides she don't want to be my wife, then I don't have a choice but to move on, because you can't make somebody love you, you know?
Right.
Let me put this comment up here. Miss Crystal said, I'm ready. She ready for the wedding.
Yep,
she said, I'm ready. I need a date for the wedding. That's peace.
Well, I gotta ask first.
Hey, we there. That's what I'm saying. We there.
Y'all are already mentally there. Y'all two are already mentally
Crystal
there.
too. And
Crystal is not there. Did you see what she just said? I'm tired of him, sis. Get him. Get Born.
She's tired of
you.
Hey, Mr. Mitchell, they trying to get me because you reinforcing what I said earlier. You see? And now they upset because now it's not 1-on-4. It's 2. We here. Yeah, it's 2 of us and we able to handle it now, right? You did
Right. I mean, if you don't make your significant other feel wanted, you're never going to get the results you're looking for.
Yes.
You
You
can
know,
make them feel wanted without adding such a high title to that. I think that adds a whole different layer.
Do you get scared of being called the wife if you're not married with a paper?
Oh, I absolutely do.
Get scared?
Absolutely.
Ooh.
Don't.
well, see, the thing is that
I'm
in
not
my to,
gonna run off.
to
But
me,
at some point, it's going to get to a point mentally where I no longer want to hear that.
You don't want him to call you his wife?
No, if we're not married, why would I want you to call me?
right.
So what
That's why I said she my baby. She baby.
I'm your. I mean,
So let me ask you, Mr. Mitchell. I'm done with you.
you done with me? I don't care. You
I'm
still
done.
love me.
I'm
It don't
done with the
matter.
queen. Mr. Mitchell, I got a question for you, right? Okay, so you've been dealing with the lady for 11 months. You said February.
11 months.
February, right? So if you've been dealing with her for 11 months, what do you introduce her as?
My baby. She's my baby.
That's good.
So he only refers to her as his wife in his head, then, right?
No, he don't.
Well,
Wife.
I don't refer to her as my wife because she's not my wife yet.
Wife yet, yeah.
But like I said, I am preparing. I'm preparing to be a husband. That doesn't mean that's no undue pressure on her because I haven't. I'm telling y'all this. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not trying to put no pressure on her because she has to move at her own pace, and I'm not gonna push the issue. I said I'm preparing to be a husband. You know what I mean? That's not.
And that's wonderful. That is a wonderful mindset to have. I mean, whether he's in a relationship with this 11-month woman or another woman, he's not a boyfriend ass nigga, is what he's saying. I'm a husband.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
That's great. But then what you are and what you're looking for,
Might be two different things.
it could be two different things.
Yeah, but once we say hi,
She's your wife.
yeah.
That is retarded. That is so retarded.
Hey, meet
I like
wifey.
my wife.
Meet wifey, you did. Say hi. Oh,
Oh wow. Hey man, I gotta get out of here, man. I gotta get to work.
okay.
All right, man.
Good night, Mr. Mitchell.
All right, we'll talk to y'all later.
Hey, Mr. Mitchell,
Yes, sir.
I'm about to get it.
Yeah, oh yeah, you about to get it. You about to get it.
I'm
You
about
better
to
rely on Al Higgins and Bobby Simmons.
If
Yeah.
they're gonna help.
help. Hey, okay, peace, Mr.
Hey, peace, y'all.
Have a good night. Peace.
Thank you.
Hey, Mr. Higgins said it took me 5 years because I didn't plan on getting married again. Okay. Mr. Simmons said there's an echo.
So when I had to get off with the technical difficulties as I was leaving, Tina was saying how she and I are Virgos. Lord, thank you, because you just be confirming everything in my head. I swear they be trying to make me feel crazy. And then you just say something. I'll be like, okay, I am not alone in the world.
Amen. You're not.
You got us.
You got me.
That's what I'm talking
You
about,
ain't got
Virgo
this
too.
one. This one is on a whole nother planet.
He is on something tonight. He definitely vibing.
Right.
Hey,
Don't let him like you because you might just be wife. Like what you say.
hey, it's not
Exactly.
like if she say hi, it's over. It's a done deal.
Man,
Yeah.
Crystal said, did we find
we need to find him.
Hey, Crystal, you also said, me too. Black love. She loves black love. Too.
I mean, who does?
Crystal laughed. She laughed at me. She said, I'm tired of hearing people born.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That one.
Okay. I'm gonna mute your mic.
Okay. I got it.
Can we hear echo?
Yeah.
It got to go on
There
her
you go.
side.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking that, you are dating for a purpose, right? Rather it's for marriage or just dating. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Everybody has a purpose and intention for dating.
And what would your purpose be, Crystal? Because I'm thinking like this. We Capricorns, right? We started and we end the year, right? So we get to say what happens. Now, I'm thinking if I start dating somebody, I guess that's dating, talking to them, whatever we doing.
Mm-hmm.
Once I start doing that, it's got to be a purpose in there. And the bigger purpose is, are we trying to make this last forever? Keep sweating. Are we trying to make this last forever? Or
can't
Flash 88 prom thing.
okay, I was just about to say, or are we just, or is it just in the air tonight?
It could be for the night. Is that your wife for the night?
Depending on what she do.
Oh my God.
Hey, if she treat me like it's my birthday, and if she treat me like it's last weekend, then she could be my wife for the night.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, Crystal said, okay, he played too much. All right. Mr. Simmons says something. He says, born power Allah. You are 100% correct again. Yes. See, that's what it is, Mr. Simmons. The God is never off. He gonna be on point. You know what I'm saying? And we building strong tonight, but they trying to attack the man all of us, right? Because we should be able to bring 10% to the table.
Ain't nobody attack the man.
As soon as I said it, they attacked. I didn't even get to finish. Hey, I should bring 10, 5, 10, 20% to the table, to the proverbial table, and be okay inside that relationship. And there shouldn't be any problems about my leadership either.
Pick her wise. That
Would
is the whole purpose and intention of this conversation today. Be careful what you ask for.
Be careful.
Because if you are bringing 10% to a table,
yeah,
you're going to get head energy from that woman.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I got a question. I got a question for Crystal.
If she's bringing 10% energy to the relationship on your end, that's something you want? That's something you happy with?
Right.
Sometimes women don't even bring 1%.
Oh, God damn.
What the hell with
Women you deal
with the women? Where you find these chicks?
Right.
Hey, do not talk about the hole in the wall.
He having love in the club. That's what it is.
Okay. Well, then that explains a lot.
You didn't get
it does.
You didn't get it when I said the hole in the wall.
Yeah, I got it.
What'd I say?
You said the hole in the wall.
What are they?
Women.
Rats. No.
Rats?
Hood rats. No.
I'm not gonna call them rats,
Hood
but
rats. No, it's just okay. Anyway.
Jesus, why would you? Why?
That's where I'm finding them at. The hole in the wall.
Can't.
Okay, listen though. Listen, seriously, on the real though.
My
right?
brother got issues, y'all.
Let me ask you this. When I bring 50% to the table, because this is one question I never heard on this subject. The experience, Queen Ice, Crystal. I don't know if Stacy is still on here.
She is.
Stacy. This is one thing I never heard, and I want to hear y'all answer this for me, please. When we talk about 50%, 20%, 30%, is that percent of the bills or is that percent of your income? Because what if I bring 10% of my income, but my income is 10 times your income? How does that work? Talk to me.
I mean, you have to break down what that actually looks like and how that equates to the household. So if you're bringing in 10% of the income of your income to the household.
No, let's say is it income or is it bill? 10% of the bills, 50% of the bills, or 50% of your income? Which one is this?
It's whichever one y'all decide on.
Oh, okay,
Right.
so I'm asking y'all. This is a hypothetical conversation. So I want to know what y'all saying right now. If a guy came to you, Experience, or to you, Queen, or to you, Crystal, or to you, Stacy, and you said, well, I'm thinking we should go 50-50. Is that 50-50 of the bills, or is it 50-50 of our income?
In that, from what it sounds like you're saying, that conversation sounds specifically like it's about the household finances.
Right.
Now,
Then hold
50% of the bills versus 50% of the finances. I mean, it's really semantics in the sense that if you agree that you're going to contribute 10% of your income because your income is so much higher, but your 10% of the income takes care of 50% of the bills or all of the bills, and that's the agreement, then that's what it is. It could be 10% of your income, but it could still be taking care of 50% of the bills.
Okay, cool. So let me do this one more time. Mute your mic 1 second. Okay, cool. I'm gonna do this one more time. I'm gonna play that video back one more time because I heard something in that video and I want to see if y'all hear it too. And if I didn't hear the right thing.
Okay.
I might have heard something wrong.
All right.
So let me share that one more time. And Mr. Simmons and Mr. Higgins, and I want to hear what y'all say right quick. All right, so give me 1 second. I'm gonna share the screen to do this over. Let's go into this part. Tell me if y'all can hear this. Share. All right, y'all ready? Let's
really
go.
important message to get out to men. Because I do believe that a lot of men have the perspective that you have, which is bring that 50. And I think men have to understand what that means and what you get when you expect a woman to bring 50%. Like I can bring 50.
Yeah.
And I know women who can bring 60, 70.
Okay.
Okay. But as a man, do you really want what 50 plus brings? Because 50 plus brings a lot of energy. It doesn't bring neck energy. It's bringing head energy. And so when we talk about women being the neck, men being the head, right? Like it's bringing more head energy. And so understand that, right? If you want a woman to bring the table and then some to the table, you get what you pay for, literally.
That is true.
And
I want to let it play one more time. I gotta see something.
this is, I feel like, a really important message to get out to men. Because I do believe that a lot of men have the perspective that you have, which is bring that 50. And I think men have to understand what that means and what you get when you expect a woman to bring 50%. Like I can bring 50.
Yeah.
And I know women who can bring 60, 70.
Okay.
Okay. But
Okay. She did say it. That's what I thought she said. She said she could bring 50 and she know women
That
who
could
can bring 60
plus.
No, she said 60, 70.
Mm-hmm.
Right? What is that 50 and 60, 70? So she can bring 50. She know women that can bring 60, 70. She ain't saying that she know women that can take care of 60 to 70% of the bill. She said she can bring 50 and she know women that can bring 60, 70. Experience, what did you get out of that? And then you.
I thought she meant financially. When she said that, but I don't think it's just strictly financially. I think she was talking about 50%, 60%, 70% of the ability to take care of finances. But when she spoke about head and neck energy, it's more than money, because a woman that has to go out into the world, a woman who can earn 50, 60, 70%, she has to have certain traits and qualities to get that kind of money out in the world. And sometimes that woman is in leadership in her role, or she has to think, she has to ask questions, whatever it is, whatever the traits are that she takes with her into the professional world to get that money, she brings that home. And those are a lot of times the very traits that men in the relationships want to mute. They want to quiet that. So I think what she was saying is be careful what you ask for, because if you want a woman that could bring that to the table, if she's an entrepreneur, a business owner, a corporate exec, whatever she is, if she's capable of bringing that to the table, you're going to get some other parts of her that you're going to really have to kind of be quiet and accept, because it comes with the deal,
If
if
she's
that's what you want.
if I'm looking for a woman that can bring 50% to the table, I'm gonna get more than I ask for.
You're gonna get more than you, yeah. So I think it would be, I think it's
So what is
individual.
what?
Huh?
So that would turn out to be 50% of what? Because 50 and 50 make 100,
Right.
right? And that's equality, right?
Okay.
When you're looking at half and half and half is equality. So now,
Right.
what is that 50% of? Since she's going to bring attitude and adjustments and different stuff with it, what is that all about? That's what I'm asking. Because if you said what she said, you're going to get more than you asked for. If you
Right.
ask for somebody to bring 50%, so the only way that a woman is gonna not give her guy, her husband, her man, whatever he is, a bunch of attitude or a bunch of offset energy is if he say she can bring 49 or less. Is that what I'm hearing y'all say?
I think, to be honest,
No, that's
when
not
you
what
think
you hear me say.
about
Sorry.
what she's saying, right? So
Yeah.
when you think about it, what she's saying is that in most relationships, the man is always the dominant figure,
I'm with you.
right? He's the one that's mostly in control of everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that encompasses finances and everything. But when you have someone who's contributing 50%, there is no dominant figure. You can no longer expect to be the man of the household.
What is he then?
You're the man, you're the equal partner of the household.
I have a perfect example that I think might kind of help
Shed
us.
light.
Yeah.
Here.
So have a friend. So this is an example of two family road trips, right?
Uh-huh.
One a married couple. In the beginning of their marriage, they had small kids. The husband was out working the traditional thing. He kind of took care of everything. We were going on a family road trip, so we were gonna drive. She had been complaining the whole time. I hate long road trips. I hate long road trips. I don't like riding in the car for longer than 4 hours. And she was mad about the fact that she had to ride in a car longer than 4 hours. But he's the husband, he's the father, he's the breadwinner, he's the this, that, and the third. Even though she don't like riding in the car, she still had to take that road trip because he runs things, right? Fast forward 4 years later, things have changed. Family reunion, another road trip. Everybody trying to figure out how they getting there. And again, she's like, I don't like road trips. He was like, well, I'm driving, so kind of just get in the car and deal with it. And she was like, nah, I booked me and the kids a flight and we'll meet you there. And it caused this kind of friction and argument. But her point was, I have money to make decisions that work for me. Just because you my husband, I shouldn't have to be uncomfortable doing something I don't want to do just because you said so. And when I didn't have a choice because I didn't have finances of my own, I had to do what I had to do. But now that I have finances of my own, I booked the flight. And so though it don't necessarily have to be attitude or aggression. Sometimes it's just about the freedom to be able to make your own choices and decisions that will make a alpha man who's used to being in control upset.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm
So
wondering, I'm wondering
if
if can you hear me?
can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So I'm wondering when you get married to someone, Dame, what's the word? Peace. Mr. Perry came on too.
Dennis Perry.
Peace. When you get married to someone, did all of a sudden in modern times, and when I say modern times, the last 20 years, did all of a sudden it's we're married as one, but you got what you got and I got what I got. Because I'm lost on how somebody can think that because they got money now. I thought it was the household's income experience. I didn't know it was you got your money and I got my money, so I'm gonna take an airplane trip. Me and the kids flying in the airplane, and we're not even holding you in consideration anymore. Did something switch here in the dynamics of relationships past
Past
20 or so years?
I think that there's more options available. I think that's what's changed. I think in the past, women primarily, not 100% across the board, but women primarily had to do what men wanted them to do, regardless to how they felt about that, because the man held the purse strings. The man was the head of the house. The man was the head of the family. So whether you wanted to do it or not, you did it. I don't think that this is more than an example of because women have the ability to earn now, it gives them more choices. And in this case, the 4 years later, he still wanted to drive, but he been knew how she felt about flying. Why didn't he say, okay, well, we got more money now, let's just fly as a family? No, he wanted to drive because that's how he likes to do it. That's what he does. And it was no consideration given for this is nothing new. You know she don't like long distance trips, but yet and still you trying to force her. Well, now she can't. She don't have to be forced because she has options.
Are they still married?
They still married and they met each other in the city, and she flew. He picked up from the airport when he got there.
Yeah, I wouldn't have picked her up.
You probably wouldn't have, because you would have been mad that she flew. And
I
that's what I'm talking about.
She
Why
wouldn't
she don't
flew.
get to make that choice?
She wouldn't have flew though. Because I'm not being disrespectful to her because I don't know her, right? But she
No,
would
like a hypothetical situation.
right, hypothetical situation. So she wouldn't have flew if she was my wife, because unless we all agreed to fly in the beginning. But if I was going to be driving and I wanted the whole family to drive, because mutual mic experience. So if I wanted if I wanted to drive, even though she don't like driving, if this is all I'm talking about. When we got married, it became our money. It didn't become her money to do whatever she want. It didn't become my money to do whatever I want. It's our money to do what we do as a unit. You know, a lot of people take road trips in this kind of thought process. A lot of people take road trips so they can get bond. They can bond with their family. You know what I'm saying? Airplane, you really can't do that. You can if it's only 2 or 3 of y'all. Y'all got that seat set up. But in a car, you can really bond with your people. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know what a person might think to why they want to take that trip in a car, take the road trip. But a lot of times when I used to take road trips, it was to see the scenery together. You remember when we seen this, we seen that. What do you think that is? Look at that over there. That's beautiful. And we start talking about different stuff and, you know, having fun together. But because, for lack of a better word, in this hypothetical situation, she might be a little lazy and don't want to do that road trip. It's not like she's 80, you know what I'm saying? Or she's not 60 where her knees are bad. And whatever the hypothetical is, she can take that to be with the family. And the family got the money, not her. She don't make more money. The family makes money. And that's the way I see it. The family, it's a unit. So if I put $10 in and she put $2 in, the family got $12. I don't put $10 in and she put $2 in and the family only got $4 and I got $8 extra. we got $12 together. You see what I'm saying? And so that's why I'm going to pick her up. Yeah, if she gonna have enough to fly down there, she should have enough money to rent a car too. She got to be able to get the rental or the bus ticket.
So let me ask the question, because in your description, and I hear everything you said, and I understand what you said, but if a relationship and a marriage is this partnership, right? When you feeling somebody, you in love with somebody, you want the best for them, right?
Word.
Right. So if we cool, we friends, I call you tomorrow, I'm like, man, I'm supposed to come to Milwaukee, but I don't want to take this 20 something hour drive. I was thinking about if I should get on a plane. I'm calling you for advice. I really, he knows that I don't like to do long distance trips. This ain't nothing new. He been knew this about me. I did them when I had to do them, and now I don't have to do them anymore.
Why not?
I can see whatever the reason is for not wanting to drive long distance. Maybe I do got a knee injury. Who the heck knows? But my point is the way you express that, it still sounds like you get your way, F your partner. It feels like even though your partner sacrificed to do something she didn't want to do before, because that's what needed to be done at that time. Now that y'all have other options as her partner, you're not even trying to explore those other options because you want what you want. How is that fair?
No. Okay, go ahead, sir.
No, she asking you, how is that fair?
Oh, okay. Yeah, the fairness is in the family. So we looking at it from two different perspectives. We looking at it from her perspective, and I'm looking at it from my perspective. But the perspective is the family's perspective. What's better for the family? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't personally like to take road trips anymore, right? Because they take too long. Who want to go to Florida and it take 23 hours, right, on the road? Right. But if I had kids with me or a group trip, I would like to do that, because now instead of going from, we'll just use Milwaukee, instead of going from Cream City to Florida, we'll stop in Indianapolis to see certain things over there. We'll stop in Louisville to see certain things over there. We'll stop in these little places so that we can enjoy that, right? But I can't even fathom the idea. The kids ain't got nothing to do with it. So, I mean, they don't really have a say-so involved. And if we take the airplane or the car. So for her to make a better point for the whole unit than I would make for the whole unit would be ludicrous if she just don't like to take a car trip. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was married right now and my wife said, let's take the road trip. We can stop here, we can stop there. We can stop and we can see Queen Ice. We can stop and see the Experience in Atlanta. Before we get to what's name, we'll see about 7 people, right? And I'd be like, man, I just don't like them long trips anymore. I ain't got no ailments, but I don't like them long trips anymore. But other than that, we won't see our friends that we hadn't seen in years, right? Somewhere along the line, I would have to say, as a unit of 4 or 5 or 3 or whatever it is, it would be better for us to do that, because we'll have a better experience with everybody than just getting there quick for her. You see what I'm saying? Like, most kids enjoy car trips after. They might not like it when you tell them that they got to have it, but after the fact, they be like, man, that was fun. You know what I'm saying? So just for her to not like the long trip, that's a big no-no to me. And when you say like because they got other options, well, you said because she got other options. If she is not the only one that's making decisions about the money. Remember back in the days when parents were married, right? Or men and women was married, they had joint accounts, right? That means whoever, they both could use that money.
Right.
and the money was accounted for. Now, the money is not accounted for because it's like you got your account, I got my account. All right, I'm gonna put 800. You gonna put 800.
But even back then, though, even though
The
there
men
was
held
a
it
joint
down.
account, there were some men that carried on double lives and had extra wives or girlfriends on the side. So the wife who was the primary home giver,
Mhm.
taking care of the home and the kids, she had no idea that he was funding a separate lifestyle
Right.
because he made sure that what was in the account was enough to sustain that household.
Also, a lot of men, I remember seeing this. Terry Young said, "Hey, I'm here,"
I see.
like that. A lot of men used to come home back and give the money to the wife. So we got to factor that in too.
Yeah.
So if I don't know what he would have made, but whatever he made, he might have took a portion out of it, a small portion,
That
200-300 to go gamble. Might have gave her 600.
200-300 to go gamble, go to the strip club, go hang with the fellas, drink a few beers.
Yeah, and she got the bulk of the money.
She got the bulk of the money to take care of the household. But the key to that is that he knew exactly how much it was to maintain the household. So she didn't get nothing more, nothing less.
She got extra.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, she got extra.
Oh, hell no.
Every week.
Most of the time, she ain't get enough.
Right.
Whoa. Then how did she maintain the house? She didn't go to work.
Oh, mamas are magic. You didn't know? Stop acting like you don't know. What? Mamas are magic. Even the men that came home and put their paychecks on the table, in the instances where mamas didn't have enough, they made what they had work. Somebody didn't get a whole payment, they got a half a bill payment. You diverted money from one way to another to make something else happen. You put something on layaway and paid something on time. Mamas are magic. We make it happen regardless with what you give us. That don't mean you gave us enough or gave us more than enough. That means we make magic happen.
Hey, I agree with you that a lot of mothers made magic happen, but a lot of mothers also stashed a little bit and then left when they built up their bank account.
That means they gave her a reason to do that. Women don't go out on their husbands for no variable reason.
It's the truth. I'm a trainer. I tell people don't quit jobs. They leave bad managers and supervisors. Women don't leave husbands. They leave bad husbands.
Right.
They leave bad managers and supervisors.
Right.
Exactly. They leave bad managers and supervisors.
I peeped that you didn't want to say that. I peeped that you didn't want to say that experience.
There is a lot of validity to what she's saying.
I'm trying to be politically correct out here.
Hey, we don't get political correct on this channel. We get kicked off. Hey, let me say these comments and then we're going to end up wrapping it up real quick. But Crystal said, that's what I'm confused about because I don't agree. If you bring him more, it shouldn't mean he's not the man of his household. I don't agree. That's true. If you bring in more, that he's still the man.
He's still the man of the household.
You're just the breadwinner.
But at the end of the day, certain decisions don't need your approval, or certain decisions. You don't like it when I tell the truth. I need your approval to go buy me a new Louis bag.
Yeah, so you gonna take away? You gonna let her get away with that experience? You gonna take away from the unit to get a Louis bag because you make more money?
Wait, because she had options. That's why.
Exactly.
I'm gonna pull it back full circle to what we was talking about the road trip. See, me being the kind of person I am, if let's say that hypothetical situation was about me and my spouse, if he didn't at some point suggest a compromise because he wants to be on the road and take a road trip, if he would have said, you know what, how about if we get an RV? Give you more room. You don't have to be cramped up in the seat. Maybe we could do that. So I see this comment is up on the screen now, and I don't know what it's in reference to, but seeing it, where's the love and consideration and the compromise? I don't know specifically what they were referencing when they wrote that, but That's what it takes to make a partnership work, no matter the percentages, no matter, because sometimes the percentages are 50-50, but they don't add up monetarily. One person bringing 50% of the income, and that's enough to take care of all the bills. And the other person, 50% might look different. Emotional nurturing, keeping the house together, keeping the family, running a business or helping run a business, whatever it entails.
Mhm.
Right. Could you read the next comment that's on the screen?
I agree, Born.
Yes. Okay.
He's so irritated.
So,
All I
who
want-
agreed with you and about what is the question? But okay.
the way I'm taking it, they agree with everything I said.
Oh my God. That's his Capricorn twin.
That is his
Of
topic.
course, you got
And Terry Allen, Terry Allen said, "Hey, I am here." And then read this one. This is a good one. Read this one of y'all women. No, Miss the Experience. Read this one.
It says, okay, now with all that magic mama made happen. So how much today should a woman bring percentage wise? So the now with all that magic mama made happen. Okay, that part. Mr. Simmons, I know, or I'm not even gonna assume, I'm just gonna surmise it to say that you've known some incredible women in your life who have made magic happen. So that ain't even debatable at this point that most mamas figure it out. Okay, so how much should a woman bring to the table percentage wise? That's gonna depend on the two people in the relationship. That's gonna depend on how much each of those people make. That's gonna depend on what their goals and objectives are for the relationship. It's not just a clear cut answer because different people need and want different things.
Okay. Well, when you look at that, as different people, and that depend on what's going on in the relationship. Well, y'all kind of surmised. Y'all said that the woman got options, or it's different options now, right? So in that case, using what y'all said of it being options now, because she's making more money, she's controlling a little bit more of the bank account. Reference what Mr. Simmons' question is to that. She's controlling more of the money. She has options. Look and see now what percentage should a woman bring to the table today.
Is what they agree upon. It could be 50-50.
I agree with the Experience.
I'll say she bring 90%.
There is no
Then what she needs you for?
right. Exactly.
Well, she needs me for 50% if she's making all this money and she got different options. I'm just
no, not exactly.
My headache and half.
No, if it's about companionship, then it has nothing to do with percentage to the table.
I mean, obviously, if you're bringing 10%, that extra 10% really isn't financially benefiting the
We ain't talking
household
about
to a
finance.
degree.
We're talking about companionship because you just used the word.
Okay, and if you're only bringing 10% of your companionship, then why do
I'm
I
not
need
bringing 100% of companionship. I'm bringing 10% of finances.
That's what I'm saying.
Aren't you going to get married for companionship?
Yes, for better or for worse.
Right.
If you come in with companionship 100%, finances 10%, we probably would never end up in a relationship. You probably could be my side piece for a little while, but you'll never be my husband.
Never ever.
Oh, so you can't take care of the man like the man took care of you back in the days. Give him a little extra.
Been there, done that, ain't doing it again.
Hero for a long time.
That was it wasn't by choice, I should say.
So what if the guy is to bring 10% not by choice?
He probably wouldn't be my husband.
Wouldn't
If
be
that was something that was established, yeah, I can't really see how that would progress to the level of husbandry.
So
but
I need you to meet me as close to 50% as possible.
So you guys are only looking for companionship that can bring up finances?
That can
That at
be
least could meet me on my level, meet me where I am, or close to it.
So it's more finances than just regular companionship.
No, it's a package.
it is. It's a package.
Oh,
It's
so
a package.
it's just companionship.
Then he be my little side piece.
No, what percentage is companionship?
Well, I
Oh,
mean,
of
we
the whole.
both have to put in
Well, let's talk
100%
about
of
let's
companionship.
talk about
Because
the
I
man.
don't need you 50% me, and that other 50% you giving to somebody else.
Let's talk about the man.
Mr. Simmons says, but after divorce, a woman wants a percentage support. And
Exactly.
Not
again,
all
that,
women. Not
that
all
depends on the women. Kendall Isaacs want Mary J. Blige
Look at
to pay
Ike
child
and Tina
support.
Turner. She walked away with nothing but her name.
Her name
Exactly.
the support.
That wasn't. You couldn't equate a name to a financial gain.
Yes, you could.
She utilized the name for her financial benefit later on.
That's why she kept the name.
She kept the name because she knew that it held the ability to make her money,
Finances.
but it didn't put any money in her immediately upon the divorce.
So when she got divorced, the name was the money. She couldn't have went as Tina Bullock.
She couldn't go to the bank with Tina Turner and get the money.
The bank is the ticket sales.
Right. So it took her to be able to make those ticket sales.
With the name Turner.
Exactly.
If she would have went with Tina Bullock, she would not have made that money.
She might have made even more money. You never know.
Then why did she?
Because she built the brand Tina Turner. That's why. And why should she have to let it go? She built that brand with her talent. Not that he didn't help. I'm not saying that he wasn't instrumental in bringing the. I'm not saying that he. No, listen.
Boy, I Turner is your boy.
Yes.
Oh my.
I'm not saying he wasn't instrumental in bringing her to the light. But trust and believe he had many, many acts before her that we don't know their names. She turned Tina Turner into the brand that made it valuable enough for her to want to keep in a divorce where she didn't want nothing else from him.
Right.
How did
And if you say he would have been able to keep the name, how profitable would the name Tina Turner be for him without her?
Not at all, said. Like Jay said, make another one, and he didn't.
He couldn't.
The only reason why Ike couldn't make another one was because Tina smeared his name.
Oh my
So
God.
why he ain't make one before her? He had a whole lot of chances.
See, you talking about history, right? And now, me personally, I'm going to give this to you. Not give it to you. You took it. Because I don't know the history of Ike before Tina, before they was the group. I don't know that history. If you know that history, lay it on me, and I could do the research. But
He
I
had
don't
the
know
Ikettes forever before Tina.
how long is forever.
Years.
Is that 1 year? Is that 2 years? Is it 10 years?
What? But why does that matter?
Because she's making a point about
He
had many
branded
people
Tina Turner
before.
within months.
He did what?
He branded her.
Wait, say that one more time for,
You heard what I said.
for the experience to hear what you said.
He branded her that.
And when he branded her, what happened?
She blew up. She took that and she made it her own. He was merely
He
the
branded her.
foundation. He was merely the foundation for her to
What-
take that step.
What is foundation? Isn't that the strength?
It's the structure.
The strength of the structure that you stand on.
Right.
And he branded that.
Exactly.
So who's responsible for this person?
He gave her the name. There's no
Okay.
question about it.
So
But she made the name her own.
absolutely not.
What?
What did let me ask this because I don't know. So I'm gonna ask. Like I seen the movie, but I don't know how accurate the movie was. So I'm gonna ask you in the experience real quick. And I'm not gonna go to the Google right now. But when he gave her that name,
Mhm.
was it at that point that she was called Tina Turner?
Mhm.
Okay, so he had nothing to do with it because I thought it was Ike and Tina. It wasn't Ike and Tina experience. I don't know. So y'all got to tell me.
Initially, it was.
It was the Ike and Tina experience. He gave her the name Tina. Her
Okay.
name is Anna Mae.
I know he gave it. I know that name. And it may be.
Right.
Yeah.
So
The name Tina and Turner came from Ike.
What say that name you said again, the Ike and Tina experience, right?
Ike and Tina.
Yeah, the initial group.
Okay, so what did she do then here? Because I said that he made the name. Y'all said that he made the name, but if it was the Ike and Tina, what did she do?
We not disputing you when you say he gave her the name. We all agree he gave her the name. We all agree that he was the visionary for her. She didn't see herself as Tina Turner when she was Anime Bullock. He came in with the vision. He gave her the name, and she had the talent. So when she put it out there, it caught and it blew up. Now,
who made her so talented?
God, I don't know, her grandmother in church. I don't know, but the point is she had it.
Her God, which was Ike, and Ike was beating on her because she was tripping, right? About not doing stuff right, and he made it.
He's gonna make me hang up on him. Oh my God!
You hang up on Ike.
Okay, so see, here's the challenge for me with history, obviously. But I think like if men would just get this little part right here, we'd be so much better off.
Give it to us.
You see how we talking about Ike and Tina right now, right?
Yes.
He came with the vision. He saw what she could be. He changed her name. He pulled out of her probably stuff she didn't even know she had in her. Turned her into a beast with her God-given talent. Now, if this is the point, this little part right here, if men could see, that was the gift right there. Now, if he would have kept nurturing that, they would never be divorced. She would have probably still been as big as she was. But then y'all get in this space where y'all get controlling and y'all want to take over a whole nother person, their autonomy. How do you do that and be okay with it? But when I read Mr. Simmons' comment earlier that agreed with your comment, y'all alpha males and you wouldn't have no problem going in a woman's house who was with her ex because you there. I got the visual of King Kong standing on the top of the mountain beating his chest. Like, I'm here now. I don't know what it is about y'all men. That little thing right there, y'all could have the world if y'all didn't just try to snuff it out. It's like y'all not gentle enough to hold the butterfly. Y'all gotta crush its wings.
Let me ask you this. You just said, you made a great point. You said that he's seen it. He brung it out. What did she do? Because you remember how y'all asked the question. Mute your mic. Y'all asked the question. Y'all stated that Tina was the one that propelled it. But if Ike seen it, gave it to her, gave her the name, gave her the persona, and brung it out of her, right? Who's responsible for that? The same way that y'all asked, what did Ike do before Tina? I'm asking, what did Anna Mae do before Ike? See, you got,
and we agree.
So who's responsible then?
Who is responsible for what?
Responsible. We know that Ike was responsible for helping Tina Turner become the successful singer that she was.
So let's get to the point of it. The point of the matter is the percentage that she got. I said she got, that was monetary, that name, because she got to keep what he made, what he brung out of her. See what I'm saying? If she would have went back to Anime Bullock, right, she might not ever have been the great Tina Turner.
She was the great Tina Turner before the divorce.
From who though?
Ike
Turner.
Ike Turner.
He brung it out of her,
right? But it was her raw talent that made her who she was.
But do you agree? What was the reason why she kept the name? This is what I'm telling you.
But it's a complete rebuttal to Bobby Simmons, right?
Yeah.
He's saying that why do women want half?
No, he said percentage.
Or a percentage.
Or support. Alimony.
Of support.
Alimony, yeah.
Alimony is what? Dollars.
Percentage, yes.
Did she ask for any dollars from Ike?
The dollars was the name.
Again,
name is-
she did
if
not
she-
walk
if it
out.
wasn't the
She
name-
was homeless for a very short time
Mhm.
after leaving Ike,
How long?
which means she couldn't take her name and go sign a lease. They needed money. They needed a deposit down.
After she
She
got the
couldn't
divorce?
use the name as a lease agreement
After she got the divorce, or
after the divorce.
because before the divorce she could have went and did a show, but she couldn't do it until the name was hers.
Now, and so let
And Tina revealed it.
Right.
so
If
let's
she
wait.
had, then she knows that a portion of that wouldn't have gone back to Ike.
Okay.
And-
Exactly.
And let's compare and contrast the name versus the talent, right?
Yes.
The talent held up the name. The name couldn't do nothing without the talent.
Right.
Where did the talent come from?
That's that neck and that shoulders, right? That neck and that head.
Yeah. But
Think
who-
about that.
you said experience. You said who brought out the talent. The talent that she didn't even see until Ike brought it out.
You keep going back to that like you
And I won't even say that
The talent held up the name.
the talent held up the name. And here's the thing that you missing too. It's not like she didn't know she had talent before she met him. She just didn't have a vision of what that talent could do for her in her life at that time.
right.
He had the vision. Huh?
She knew she had the talent.
Or what
She
the
was-
talent-
She didn't understand to what extent that talent could get her financially.
'cause he brought
Yeah,
it out.
she had been singing since a kid.
She had.
She knew she could sing. Her family knew she could sing.
But she couldn't sing like he got her to sing. That's all I'm saying. And the
He
point
had a lot of things. He had the instruments, he had the studio, he had the group, he had the outlets, he had the places for her to go show her talent. He brought a lot to the table. There definitely would not be a Tina Turner without Ike Turner. But when it came down to the end of their marriage and she didn't want anything from him but the name, it's justice that she got the name because the talent held up the name. The name couldn't have did anything without the talent.
But if she don't get that name, right? If she don't get that name and use Anime Bullet, would people go to the show to see Anime Bullet?
She has a better chance of getting people to come see her sing as Anime Bullock than Ike would have had given somebody else who couldn't sing like her the name Tina Turner. Let's say he won the name. Let's say
And even to that point, just as your great artist who changed his name,
Why you change it back?
it doesn't matter.
Oh.
Was he as profitable either way?
Mm-mm.
Yes, he was.
Nope.
He was still the great prince, regardless if he changed his name to a symbol or not.
You see,
And-
when he became the artist, he put out albums that he knew wasn't gonna sell because he wasn't gonna make as much money off of them.
He made money though. That's the point. He was still
He made
profitable.
some.
his fans followed him. His fans didn't care.
Followed his talent, regardless
Yes, they did.
thing with Tina Turner. Had she gone as Anime Bullock or even a completely different name, Sharon Stone, her fans would have followed her no matter the name.
Mute your mic one time, experience.
Because of the talent.
Right. And so I followed Prince when he became the artist, right?
Mhm.
And I followed him when he became Prince again,
Mm-hmm.
right? And the reason he became Prince again was because that was more profitable than the artist.
Doesn't mean that he wasn't profitable at all.
Oh,
as the artist. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but more profitable.
Yeah.
So
The
wait.
Prince name was bigger than the symbol.
Can you clarify something for me, Born?
I might be able to.
Because I'm not the biggest Prince fan, right?
Mhm.
But help me understand this because the little that I know about it,
Mhm.
he was an artist like most on a major record label. He realized they was playing him. He got the slave put on his face. He changed his name to the symbol so that he could file lawsuit against the record labels. And while he was putting out music as the symbol, I agree with you. I don't think it was his intention for it to make a lot of money because he was still having to make money for a label. But when he won his lawsuit and he was released from his contract, isn't that when he went back to Prince?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know why he became the artist?
Not really, other than I know he felt like he was getting screwed with his royalties and his money.
No, because in the contracts, when the artist sign contracts, it say the artist. So he took that name. That's why he took the name the artist. That's why he started calling himself the artist. Because in the contracts, it don't say Prince or it don't say the experience like you are. It say,
Oh, okay. I didn't know that's what you were asking. Oh, that's my background. That's where my career started. Entertainment legal contracts.
yeah. So you know then it say the artist, and that's why he ended up taking the name the artist because it was a direct affront to the company, the Warner Brothers.
And to Tina's point, whether he was Prince or the symbol,
He still made money.
his fans followed him probably more diabolical than most.
Yeah.
He got fans that should be a whole nother word. You know, I think Prince fans are the true definition of the word fan. They are fanatics. If you love Prince, you love Prince.
Yeah, I love. Here's the deal with that, and this was my only thing going to what Queen said. He did make money as the artist, right? But he made more money as Prince on the second go round too. So dig this: Tina Turner made. She probably would have made money as Anna Mae Bullock, but she will make more money, and this is where the finances and the percentage come in. As she was as Tina Turner, she'll make way more money as Tina Turner than Anna Mae Bullock. Because her fans are going to see her as Anna Mae Bullock no matter what. They're going to see her because they like that person. But as Tina Turner, the fans that's not real fans are going to see her as well. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people go over when somebody like that. That's all I'm saying.
And that's exactly why she asked for her name in the divorce. That's it in a nutshell.
See, now we don't got there because that meant more money. But let me read these comments real quick. Terry Allen said, "What's say?"
Yes, that is correct. It depends on what the relationship can bring in together in the relationship. No one should have to be whatever you can bring in. If you both are involved, you bring in each other.
Exactly. I'm with that. That's basically saying that both of us got it together. This would be Dame.
Yep,
Damon Goggins. Okay.
He said, let's just be honest. Things financially will never be 50-50. A true union will pick up where the other is lacking. One will carry financially and the other will take or pay more attention to the household and other things. If the two of them are aligned, then it will be an easy situation to figure out.
Agreed.
Mr. Simmons said,
did at any point the lady in that video bring up being a wife? No.
She did not.
She did not.
She did not. Because of, that's just my thought process, so go ahead.
Terry Allen said, I agree with you. She built the brand and she is the greatest from that. He also said this also happens with Sonny and Cher. Yep, it did. Bobby Simmons said that movie was not true. Did y'all know that her first name was another, or her first child was with another man?
Not Ike. Yep.
Terry Allen, that is true, Bobby, and Ike knew that.
Yeah.
And then Damon said Tina Turner put all the work in. She is the one that sang the songs, not Ike. Ike wrote and produced songs, but she was the one that put all the feeling and heartfelt emotions into a song.
Yeah, that really don't matter because like the Prince, like again with the Prince thought process, Prince wrote all the songs. He wrote songs in his basement and he wrote songs in the studio. and Warner Brothers didn't want to hear nothing about the feeling that he put into it. You know what I'm saying? They took the money. They he got beat. That's the same thing with Ike and Tina. Ike, like the experience said, she all of that talent was brought to the top, to the forefront by Ike, and Ike branded her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she was one of the greatest performers ever in the history of music. She's one of the greatest performers ever. But without Ike, we would probably never have saw that she was one of the greatest performers ever, because he had to be the one that bring it out of her. And by the means that he did it is questionable, but he did it. You know what I'm saying? And now she's great. I mean, don't get me wrong. She's great, and she's going to stand on it forever. She's going to be on top of that mountain. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I concur.
But overall, I'll say that was a good
That was a
live
real
to
great discussion.
Yep. I like. Oh, Queen Intelligent Wisdom was watching too.
Yeah,
Peace,
she popped
Queen.
in for a quick second.
Peace, Queen. We enjoy you coming through too. Everybody. So I say that was a good live. We want to hear more in the comments over the next couple of days.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We have a really awesome, we're going to keep the momentum going. We have pre-planned the next month or so of shows. So I'm excited to talk to you guys again about other interesting topics. It's going to get better. I can tell you, for some of you folks that don't like to watch us during the weekday, we have discussed, we will probably be bringing on a Saturday or Sunday show.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Saturday probably
Saturday more
would
than
be
likely.
better right now because of the football playoffs.
Yeah.
And I know I don't watch football, but I don't want to take that from anybody who does.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the people who teams are still in the playoffs, you know, I don't want to take that from them. Definitely don't want to take it from them. Some people might not be watching. You're not in the football playoffs, right?
My team is not in the football playoffs, but I am still watching.
Still watching it. The experience, is your team still in it, or do you watch football?
Nah, I'm not much of a football.
Yeah.
I'm not much of a sports girl. Not anymore.
Okay. I dig you on that. I love how y'all got it set up down there, though. Y'all got everything set up down there, right and exact. You know what I'm saying? You can walk out of one stadium and go into another stadium where you at. I love that. You know what I'm saying? That's how much that city needed.
State Farm and Mercedes-Benz, yeah, they're not far from each other.
Yep. And don't think State Farm is the best. What about
State Farm Arena is basketball.
Oh, basketball.
Okay, isn't the baseball right over here too?
It used to be. It moved. It used to be at Turner Field, but they moved. I almost want to say uptown, but no, they moved up to North Atlanta.
Okay. And then y'all got another team that's over there by the Mercedes Benz Stadium. What's that? It's like is it amateur or soccer or something?
And they play what's the new one name? It's not coming to me because I'm not really a sports, but the soccer team play over there.
Okay.
And then of course you got the Falcons.
Right. Peace.
But yeah, they all mostly in the same area.
Mm-hmm.
They moved the baseball.
Okay, that's peace. All right, so we enjoyed you. We enjoyed the experience.
We enjoyed the experience.
It's always a pleasure hanging out with y'all.
Yeah.
So until next time, peace and love.
Let me ask you a question before you go out.
Okay.
If we did do a weekend show, what would it be for you? What day would be good?
Saturday.
Saturday over Sunday. Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Simmons, Mr. Allen, Miss Crystal,
Rich, if you still with us, Stacy,
Big Mafia,
Damon,
Mr. Mitchell.
If we decided to do a weekend show, what day would work best for you guys? Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday or Sunday. Give us a quick nod on that one. Mr. Simmons said the Packers is still my team. Born Power
That's
Allah.
right.
That's peace. It's a great live, y'all. Great live. we appreciate that, man, and we appreciate you coming through and enjoying and entertaining with us. We like that.
Saturday.
Saturday.
Thanks, Damon.
Damon, Saturday. Okay, so Saturday night.
Saturday it is.
Saturday will be good. Mr. Simmons said either.
Okay.
Terry Allen said we'll watch again on Saturday. He'll watch
All
on
right.
Saturdays. You know, look for our notifications on the True Live too. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if y'all can, and look for our notifications because we're gonna next week we'll be putting up clips again of pieces of the show and live interviews or interviews. They won't be live, but they'll be interviews that were live. We'll be doing them pre-recorded interviews, and we'll do those too. So watch those too, and then we'll see what's going on because we got a lot to say coming up. Black History Month coming up too, y'all.
Right.
So get ready for some Black History.
Black History should be every single month of the year. However, we will celebrate all month of February.
Yeah. We got to be we got to look out for George Washington Carver. He the one gave that. People think that the American government gave the Black History Month, but it wasn't. It was George Washington Carver. It was, no, man, I'm tripping. Carter G. Woodson. I'm tripping like a monster. Sorry about that. I'm thinking about this guy for some other reason. Mr. Allen said, I will do any day you show up.
All right.
That's peace.
Yeah,
peace.
that's definitely peace.
Yeah, so we'll get it on next time. We enjoyed y'all. I'm gonna say Born Power Allah is saying peace.
I'm gonna say peace.
And we all gonna say
see y'all on the next show.
Peace.
Bye.